Hey everyone, Justice Good here, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to recreate cross-processing in Photoshop. Cross-processing is when a photographer uses the wrong type of chemicals that were intended for a different type of film on their photo, which as you can see gives this high contrasted and greenish blue effect. So if we want to recreate this in Photoshop, there's a few simple things we can do. So let me just delete these layers and start working on the original photo. The first thing I want to do is create a vignette. So head over to Filter, Lens Correction, and on the second tab it should say Custom. Here, if you look down to the third box, you should see Vignette, where you can change the amount slider to darken. Now the amount of vignette you want is all personal preference. So what I'm going to do is create a fully dark one, and the midpoint determines how spread out or contained your vignette is. So I'm going to create a dark but contained vignette at -100 amount and +80 midpoint. And once you're happy with that, go ahead and select OK. And as you can see, we've created a nice vignette. Next, head over to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, Curves. Here's where we are going to be doing all of our cross-processing colors. So to begin, on the red, green, blue line, we're just going to increase the contrast a little bit. So as you can see, if I click and drag in the middle and bring the line out a tiny bit, it'll give me a bit more contrast in my photo. Make it a little brighter like you see in a typical cross-processed photo. Now on the red slider, we want to take out some of the reds in the shadows so that we're left with more of a blue tone with a bit of red in the highlights. So if you see, I can take this point and drag it over until I reach something about here, output 128 and input 144 if you want to be exact. And then I can take a point above it and reach a little bit higher so that I can have a blue in the shadows with a bit more red in the highlights. So as you can see, the dark part of the photo I've taken the reds out, and the bright part of the photo I've added a slight highlight of red. Now for the green portion of our photo, we're going to create a similar type of line, but pay attention to the minor details here. We're going to take some green out of the bottom of the photo, but we're going to go up to the top and lighter portion of the photo and really raise this green up like so that we have that nice green tint in the midtones, and we still have the blue shadow from the red channel. Again, this is all really fine-tuning, so make sure you're being careful with the line, because one small adjustment could change the color significantly. Now for the blue channel, we're going to create a similar type of curve that we've been creating, but if you notice a small difference here, it's not going to be as harsh as the other two. So make sure you're paying attention to your photo as you're adjusting the curves to get the best results. And in the end, your blue curve layer should look like so. Your green one should look similar to that, and your red one should look similar to that. So overall, we have this. I'm thinking about turning this into an action for a future action pack, so look out for that. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you leave a comment and tell me what you want to see next. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, so you can keep updated on all my latest tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.